It's like the one day when anybody who's ever heard of Ireland, right? Puts on our green and I make corned beef casserole. It is like the ultimate celebration. And what I like about St. Patrick's Day is that it is a religious holiday. St. Patrick's Day is a celebration of St. Patrick, celebration of Irish culture, and it's outside the church. And it's nice to do things outside the church that are religious, right? St. Patrick's Day may like go to the extreme of how far outside the church is. But it's good to have this universal celebration. And the funny thing, the ironic thing, is that St. Patrick was not Irish. St. Patrick was British. He was born in Scotland, he was raised in Britain, and when he was 16 years old, he was kidnapped and taken by the Irish and enslaved. He was kept for 6 years as a shepherd. And he had a vision one night. He had a vision that God showed him where a boat was. It was leaving and sailing away from Ireland. In the morning he woke up, he escaped into the waterfall, ran down to the ocean, found the boat just there, just like in his vision, and rowed it to safety. He sailed to Wales and eventually migrated to France, where he became a Christian. And then he became a really good Christian, and then he became a priest in France. And then he eventually became a bishop. And what's amazing in his story is he then had the courage to go back to Ireland. That's what it is, right? He had Christian conviction, but also the courage to go back. You think the place that had enslaved you, the place that had kidnapped you, the place that stole your freedom would be the last place. And yet he felt compelled to go and share the gospel, to share the light of Christ. In that light, right, that drove out the darkness. And for this he's remembered, for this he's honored. Venerated, and it's good. It takes a lot of courage to be a Christian. If you're doing it right. If you're doing it wrong, it doesn't take any courage at all. If you're doing it right, it takes a lot of courage to be a Christian. The scripture today, this gospel reading, is really funny for a lot of reasons. The Pharisees tell Jesus, Herod is coming to get you, you better go. And I don't know, if they're trying to tell Jesus to leave because they genuinely want to preserve him, or they just want to get rid of him, right? The Pharisees are in conflict with Jesus. The Pharisees have a good thing going. Listen, it's not easy working in Jerusalem. It's not easy being under a Roman occupation, but the Pharisees have figured out a way to make it kind of work, where they can pay their taxes, they can pay their dues, and they can honor Rome just enough. But they can also kind of be the leaders of their community. And they do that really well. And they might be under occupation, but it still feels good to have some power and some control. And the Pharisees are like the ultimate church people. The ultimate church ladies, right? Church nerds like me. That live in the church and love the church and study the church and know all the canons of church law. And we go out with each other in the evening and we argue about the church and we talk about the way it should be and it could be. And we love the church. But sometimes we can spend too much time in church, right? There's times, I don't know if that's true, but there's times when you can spend too much time in church. That all you do is become focused on it and obsessed with it. And then the church exists just for itself, just to preserve itself. That's what's happening to the Pharisees. They love God so much, they love the church so much that it exists just for them to be there. And so when they speak to Jesus, he says, but look, go and tell that pastor, look and show him what we're doing. Look and see. The fruit of the tree is evidence of the work that we're doing. We're casting out demons. We're healing and curing those who are sick. Look and see what we're doing. And this is Jesus that is most courageous, because this is going to lead him to his crucifixion. This path that he's on is going to lead and end at the cross, and Jesus is acknowledging. He says, look, and on the third day, I'm going to be raised up. He's acknowledging that I see where this ends. I can see the future, and I know that it's not going to be easy, but I'm still going to do it anyway. I'm still going to go out and cast out demons and cure, because that is the work of God. It's not a mystery. What God desires for us, God spells it out clearly over and over and over. The things that God desires most, He tells us repetitively. He tells us through the book of Deuteronomy. If you want to order society, then you make God the centerpiece of that society. If you want to love your neighbors, it tells us to love our neighbors 20 times in the book of Deuteronomy. It tells us 39 times to love the foreigner and the alien. The Deuteronomy is obsessed with not forgetting the widows, or the poor, or the orphans, or the people who are on the edges of society who desperately God the most. They need God the most. And it's not a mystery where God dwells. If we want to be with God, then we have to go and do the work on the margins of our society. Then we have to go to those places that are broken. And we have to be courageous like Jesus to go out and do. Right? There's time to sit in church. And then there's time to get up and go out and do something. And I think the church is designed so that we make the benches hard so that you can't stay inside too long. Right? That you're compelled to come in and worship and give glory to God. And then take God back to work. And then take God back to your house. And then take God back to your friends. And take Him back to your society and transform it, because everything you do is through the power of God. And it takes courage to do Christianity right. Jesus says, but you can't be my follower if you're not willing to take up your cross and follow me. How many sermons do I preach? Have I had to preach on, will I have to preach on mass murder or mass shootings? Right? I'm so disturbed that I turn on the news and there's another mass shooting in New Zealand. And I'm even more disturbed that I don't really want to see the story, because it's just another story in a long litany of mass murder. How many times do I have to stand up and say, well, this is not okay? And I'm compelled as a human being to be disgusted. And we can't say, well, it's happening on somewhere else to other people. It happens to us. It's happening in our churches, in our synagogues, in our mosques. It's happening in our elementary schools, in our nightclubs, at our concerts. Every aspect of our society has been touched by mass murder and mass shooting. And then we wring our hands and we say, well, our thoughts and prayers go out to the victims, and we go into our church and we offer our prayers. And there are times when we have to stand up and say, no, it's not okay to be in church any longer. The fruit of the tree reveals the nature of the tree. The fruit of our work and our efforts reveals who we are. And I think we should be horrified by another shooting in Americans, but we should be courageous as Christians to get up and do something about it. Because I'm not willing to wait until it's my daughter's school. I'm not willing to wait until it's my church. Because that day will come if we refuse to do anything. And it's not a political thing, right? That when people are dying and people are suffering, it affects all of us. And Jesus says, look, here's all the thoughts here. People are being cured and demons are being cast out. That Jesus is willing to stand up and give His life to do the good things and the right things and to proclaim the glory of God. To go to the margins of society where people are suffering and to change it, and to transform it, to transform lives. I don't think Jesus is at the border, right? I think Jesus isn't saying, let's go and build a wall, keep people out. I think Jesus is saying, go to South America and Central America where economies are devastated. And how can we give ourselves and our knowledge and our wisdom to help those economies thrive, to provide education, to provide resources and mental health resources, and to prevent people from getting into gangs that cause such violence that lead people to flee through the desert to come to our borders. Let's go to those places where the brokenness is and be courageous about it and stand up for it. And to be a courageous Christian takes our feet and it takes our voices and sometimes it takes our lives. But if we don't start somewhere, then it doesn't change. And then we wait for the next mass shooting. I was hunting with one of my very best friends who has, an arsenal of weaponry. And we go and we shoot guns, and it's great, and it's wonderful, we hunt together. And we were arguing about gun regulation. And I was like, well, Dan, obviously, bazookas should be illegal. We can all agree on that. He said, well, I have a bazooka. I was like, Dan, why the hell do you have a bazooka? That's like the worst thing I've ever heard. It's like somehow we have to be able to stand up and say, we can't be divided politically when our children are being murdered, when our friends are dying. And there has to be something where we can stand up and talk about regulation without offending one another. We are people who regulate. We are the regulators. We regulate aspirin. I can't even buy all that good Mucinex without showing them my ID, right? Then we regulate how you get on airplanes, and we regulate how you drive cars and the number of airbags in your car. We regulate everything. So why can't we do this? Why? Yes, we have to make our churches safe, but we have to make our society safe, and that requires something of us. And what are we going to do at St. Thomas? I don't know. What are we going to do? If we go all walk out and we call our senators and call our congresspeople, I don't know what impact will have. But what if every Christian in the United States stands up and says, that's enough? follow Jesus Christ. Not just in what he says, not just what he does, but how he lives. And what if we were to walk out of church, right, with the zeal of our friends on St. Patrick's Day? What if we were to walk out of the church and say, I'm so fired up that I'm not going to sit down until something changes? What if that's what it means to be a Christ? To be a little Christ? What if that's what it means to be a Christian? Amen. Let us stand and affirm our faith in the word of this commandment.